there's a lot of them.
Hello, and...
Welcome back.
Yeah.
To KR Compares. This. What?
Hold on. Is that our... Oh, I thought it was...
No, it is.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Katie.
And this is...
KR Compares.
There you go. Right? Are we not doing it consistent?
No, we are.
We are? Are we? Because we didn't. All right.
Okay, well, let's start again.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Katie.
And this...
is KR Compares.
where we compare stuff.
So today we are comparing Tim Tams.
I thought we'd have more of an intro into this. I mean, I guess you can see him right here. I was really hoping for like more of an intro about this, where we're like... So, before we get into what a Tim Tam is, we've been wanting to do this for a long time, honestly.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah, this is less of a comparison...
As an excuse to eat a bunch of different kinds of Tim Tams and tell you what we think about them.
Exactly. Yeah, no, we love Tim Tams. During the pandemic, we were not able to get these. Not that we have these a lot, but they're just...
Well, we really only had the original and maybe the dark.
Maybe. You used to be able to get them at
sure.
Target pretty easily for a good price. But since the pandemic, we've not been able to get these at all.
Yeah, because I think when we tried to look on Amazon, it was going to be like $40.
Yeah.
Because obviously they had to like find an alternate way to get them into the country.
Well, because why? Well, I mean, yes, but why? Where are they from?
Oh yeah, they're from Australia. So
yeah. So I'm very much looking forward to these. This is not your American chocolate. This is good stuff. No corn syrup. It does have some kind of syrup though.
It's got golden syrup.
Golden syrup. What is golden syrup?
It's just a type of
syrup.
Yeah, I mean it's a sweetener, but I mean it's not corn. So
no, it's good.
Like,
yeah, no.
Everything in the United States, we try and find ways to put corn in everything.
It's true. But Tim Tams are chocolate wafery biscuits with a cream in the middle, coated in chocolate, and they are fantastic. These are, as Italians, our breakfast generally consists of coffee and biscotti or pastry or something like that. This is an excellent breakfast. It's an excellent dinner. If you eat not dinner. Did I say dinner? Dessert. Look, eat Tim Tams. Tim Tams are fantastic.
Do what makes you happy.
Yes.
But I mean, it's also raining today in Los Angeles, so that's even more of an excuse to just get some more coffee or tea and have some cookies or biscuits.
Yes. So on to the method of cooking. How are we preparing these?
There's nothing to do. Just take them out of the bag.
And shove them in your face hole.
Yes.
Cleansing our palates with black coffee, as you should. It pairs very well with this. Also, hot chocolate goes very well with this. And then at the end of this, we've got a treat. We're going to show you how to do a Tim Tam Slam, which is just the best way to enjoy a Tim Tam. But I've been excited for this for a while. This is a nice, easy one for us to shoot because there's no cooking involved. We'll rank them in the end, but mostly this is an excuse to, again, eat a pile of Tim Tams. We're only going to
tell you some fun facts along the way, because
that's true.
Even Rob doesn't know.
You haven't told me yet.
I haven't told you anything.
Yeah. We're only going to have a half a Tim Tam each to start because that's a lot of Tim Tams.
The serving size is 2 Tim Tams, and we have 6 different kinds. So that's a lot of cookies.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Before we dive into this, actually, the way we have it here is the order we're going to take these in. 2 at a time. So you've got your original Tim Tam, your double coated.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the exact same thing as this, just with more chocolate on the outside.
Which,
Yep. Nothing wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with having more chocolate.
We've got white chocolate, we've got dark chocolate, we have caramel, and we have coconut. Now, there are more flavors of Tim Tams. At least one. Probably more.
Yes, I mean, from my research, I saw they had like a honeycomb kind of one, which would be delicious.
Yeah.
Because it kind of reminds me of those like Cadbury, like the chocolate and honeycomb kind of candies that they had. The
Cadbury make honeycomb candies?
Yeah, I think.
I'm thinking of Cadbury eggs. The only Cadbury thing I know.
No. When we went and to It's Sugar or whatever, and we got all like the British candies.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a good mix. So I saw that. There's also butterscotch and cream, and then
butterscotch and cream, or butterscotch comma cream?
It said butterscotch and cream, and then there's like Murray River salted caramel, and then there's
Murray River salted?
I don't know. I saw it online, but I'm not 100% on that one.
Anybody from Australia knows what a Murray River is, or maybe it's a place. It's fried.
Or I could be completely wrong. You'd be like, that's, please debunk if that's not right. There is gluten-free options now too. So if you are gluten intolerant or you have some kind of sensitivities, you can also check that out as well. There's also a deluxe line, which if anyone really wants us to do that, and we may just do that anyway.
Probably.
We're just gonna, keep
What's
on,
in the deluxe? What makes them deluxe?
They're more decadent, or they have like higher flavor profiles or something. I don't know. It says so there's decadent triple chocolate. There's salted caramel brownie, dark chocolate raspberry tart, and then a dark chocolate mint.
I'm on board with all these.
So all of that sounds delicious. And then, because I went down kind of the rabbit hole of the Arnott's website.
Arnott's being the company that makes these?
Correct.
Okay.
So they have like a candle that's Tim Tam scented. They have a perfume, and then they have a diffuser, and they're kind of expensive.
That seems like a really unfortunate way to like wake up your roommates if you have any. It's like, oh, someone bought Tim Tams. Nope,
it's
False
just
hope.
something that smells like it. I don't know, but I was like, what? Is this something that people really wanted? I'm very intrigued, but it's kind of expensive, so I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, I mean, so we'll cut to the end there with this. How much did 6 of these, because we got these in one box, how much did 6 of these go for on Amazon?
I think it was like $50 or so.
It's a little pricey, being imported from Australia. Again, Target used to have these for like $6 or $7 a pop, or was it more than that? I don't remember. It's been a couple of years.
It's been a while, because we definitely haven't seen it since.
So I guess that's a similar price than when you get 6 of them together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's worth it.
I'm curious what the American rate for these would go in Australia. If we were to buy these, if we happen to visit Australia, we buy these, how much would it cost us in American dollars? Flights excluded. Because otherwise it'd be really expensive.
Yes.
Anyway.
So yeah, other than that, just before we get into actually tasting it, how long do you think these have been on the market?
This? 2 weeks. Oh,
the brand? The Tim Tam brand.
Tim Tam brand?
Yes.
Tim Tam brand. I don't know, 20 years?
No, more than that. It's been around since 1964, which also makes me think of the Pop-Tart episode.
If you haven't seen that, go check that out. Yeah. This is going to be far more enjoyable than the Pop-Tart episode because there's no fake food colorings, or at least not to the level that we have it. And also, again, real chocolate. Real good, non-American chocolate. I love it.
Yeah, American chocolate always has like a weird aftertaste because we put some kind of...
We put everything in it. It doesn't matter. I want to dive into this. Do we have anything else we need to mention?
No, I'll tell you other things along the way.
Let's go. All right. And we're here with our first set, Tim Tam Originals. I was going to do close-ups, cutaways of the actual insides of these biscuits, but the outside actually the packaging does a very good job of showing you what it looks like inside. So we're just going to dive right into it that way.
Which is, unlike the Pop-Tart episode.
Which looked nothing like the packaging. Honestly, looked nothing like the packaging. So, again, if you haven't seen that, go check that out. Tim Tam 1, we're going with original.
The good old original. Smells good. It's got a good crunch.
Oh, it's extremely crisp. And what really, I think that combination of like the double crisp layer with that cream in the middle, that chocolate cream in the middle, really does, I don't know, it just sells it for me. Crunchy, soft,
especially if
sweet.
you're having it with like a hot beverage, you're presumably probably going to like dunk it. You don't want something that's going to be super crumbly and then
That's true.
Get into your drink. But I mean, I think it has. It has a nice chocolatey flavor. It definitely is like a malted.
Is it malted?
Kind of, yeah, that's how it describes it, as like a malted chocolate biscuity.
Have we still figured out what malt is? Because we've had this discussion in more than one episode.
So, essentially, it's derived from processing barley. So It can be like a sweetener of some sort. It's like a toasted, nutty type of like flavor. And then there's also like a chocolate malt, which is a milkshake or a malted milkshake, which is like malted milk powder. So I guess it's
There's a difference?
Yeah. I guess
Okay.
slightly. So
Okay,
it's
anyway.
just because there's milk powder or whatever, and that's what kind of amplifies like a chocolate malt. Something. I don't know.
Okay, interesting. All right. Double coated. So this is, I think, just the same thing. It's got a lot more chocolate on the outside of it. Already making a mess.
And also, like, I feel like the filling looks a little bit bigger. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the
I don't
angle.
think so. Anyway.
It does look like there's more chocolate. Mmm.
That feels thicker, though.
Yeah.
It feels a lot larger. It's not just a little bit extra chocolate. It's a lot extra around the outside. Huh. I mean, almost identical. What's your preference? Does it really matter? I guess if you get one, it really doesn't matter, but maybe the double coat's nicer. If you want just a little bit more chocolate.
I guess it depends on what kind of mood you're in. Because...
To have an extra...
Yeah, because sometimes, like,
chocolate.
like, I feel like it did seem more substantial.
Definitely did, yep.
So, like, let's say you're like, oh, I just want one cookie. Like, if I had 2 of those, I'd probably be stuffed. Like, 2 full of the double.
Well, you have a tiny stomach, so
yeah,
it fills and empties very quickly.
I'd probably be like, that's too much. If I had 2 of them back.
But you could have 3 of these.
I never even do that. I usually have like 1, maybe 2.
You know, you haven't had 3 Tim Tams in a row before? Well, some of us have. One of us has a problem. We're going to jump.
But I think both of them were very nice, so you wouldn't be disappointed with either.
We're diving right into white versus dark chocolate. What do you want to start with? White's right here, so we're going with it.
Go with white.
Oh, good, because I just decided.
No.
All right. White chocolate.
I'm not usually a big fan of white chocolate, just because it...
Well, interesting. Yeah, the biscuit's white is white.
Which is
the cream
different.
inside is also white. Now, I really think this is going to come down to if you prefer white or dark chocolate.
Well, because usually it's just very sugary.
Well, because white chocolate isn't real. It's not a thing. There's no such thing as white chocolate. Right? It's just sugar.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't have any cocoa in it.
Exactly.
So.
But, I mean, if you like white chocolate, and I find it fine, but I generally prefer dark chocolate as well. But let's see how they compare.
It smells sugary, but not as sugary as I've thought.
I did not smell mine. I just shoved it in my face.
No,
It definitely tastes sugary, though.
Mm-hmm.
You can taste the sugar in that. It's okay. Very subdued.
You can taste the sugar. If you were to tell me, like, some American brand was going to make a white chocolate cookie...
This is what you expect?
No, this is, like, so much less sugary than I...
Oh, no, it's less sugar. I mean, you can...
anything in America.
Yeah. Let's see. Made with 3 irresistible layers. They all say that. Huh. Health star rating, 0.5.
What does that mean?
9 biscuits in here. Wait, 9 biscuits, but a serving size is 2?
Is it kind of like the hot dog?
Wait, it
hot
says
dog bun?
servings per package 9.
Servings?
Servings per package 9. So a serving is a single one.
Oh.
Not 2.
I thought it was 2.
It's not. It's 1.
And that makes even more sense why I can't have 2 of them back to back usually.
Sure. Yeah, no, health star rating 0.5. I have to look that up. That's actually super interesting. Probably an Australian something or other. And this is the part where we insert what it is. And we wait for them to read.
Well, I'm excited to learn whatever that is.
Well, if you read the bottom, it's right there.
Exactly.
It's backwards for us, so we can't see it. From you guys are getting it from right on. So, excellent. Now that we know what a health star rating is from Australia, we're going to move on to the dark chocolates.
I'm much more a fan of dark chocolate, so I'm excited for this one. Thank you.
Are we sniffing? I have to
I always... It smells more cocoa-y.
Well, I mean, yes. You expect as much, right?
Well, yeah, but again, it's the full experience.
Let's do it. Oh.
not taste so sweet.
No, it's also not as dark as I would like.
Mm-mm.
I do enjoy dark chocolate, but I like 90% cacao. That is not that. Like, what do you think? 60 maybe?
It's got a nice flavor, but
whenever we get anything that's chocolate, we usually go as dark as we possibly can get it. But no, good. Better than the white. For you?
yes.
And I think that just goes. That's just because we prefer dark chocolate in general to white chocolate.
Precisely. But the thing is, I have no hesitations about eating another, like, white chocolate biscuit.
Like right now, or just having two
No,
or
like,
three
because obviously, like, these are not going to go to waste or, you know, anything like that. But I don't feel like this is going to be, like, the very last
one to go.
One to go, because, you know, like how we have with we're still working our way through the pop.
We haven't opened any more Pop Tarts. We've actually, so if you've seen the Pop, we should probably just do an update later on about the Pop Tarts.
Yes.
We've been talking about this one a lot.
Doesn't matter.
But, I mean, like, yeah, I suppose probably break up the originals and the double chocolates a bit to kind of spread those ones out because they're basically the same.
Yeah.
But it really does depend how the next two go to see the preference of this. Do you prefer the darks to the originals or the double coat? Maybe they're close.
Yeah,
it's not dark enough to be so distinct.
It's not exactly. I was gonna say it's not like I could, if we were to have them all, you know, side by side, and then it's like a blind taste test. I'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could just like pick that one out.
That's fair. I mean, aside from that, I mean, it just looks.
Well, yeah, but if it's like you were blindfolded.
Oh, if you're blindfolded, would I be able to tell the difference?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they're very similar in color, but I mean, the flavor is very similar. I mean, I guess you could probably pick it out.
I guess it's like, but it's not dark enough.
If you know you've got to have it dark in a milk chocolate, then you would. Yes, I feel like you should be able to pick them out. But
I don't know.
I mean, I guess the dark is slightly better, but they're all quite similar. I mean,
they're kind of neck and neck, which is funny to even think about. Is that the name Tim Tam comes from a racehorse that won the Kentucky Derby in 1958.
Did you just give yourself a perfect segue?
Yes, I did. I was waiting for it.
Okay.
Isn't that cool?
Hold on. So it was named after a horse?
Yes, it was named after a racehorse that won the Kentucky Derby in 1950.
It's an American race, though, right?
Yeah.
So the Australian cookie company named it after.
So I forget whatever his name was. Arnott was the last name. It's like
Stephen Arnott.
That's not it.
I don't know.
I don't remember what. I thought I wrote him down, but I didn't. So anyway, he, I guess, attended the Kentucky Derby. Tim Tam won, and he was like, that's a great name.
Wait, so did he already have the biscuit company in mind?
So and
he was looking for a name?
So the food company or whatever has been around since like 1860s or
Yeah, but so which came first? Which came first? The biscuit or the name?
Interesting thing. So...
Oh, there's a story.
There is a story.
Do tell.
So, there is a very, very similar biscuit in the UK called Penguin. Not Pinguino, which is the, like, Latin, I think it's from, like, Mexico. Like, the you know, they look like Hostess cupcakes. We'll find a picture and we'll put it in here.
She says we like she has any part of the post-production of this.
But it's not a Pinguino, but it's a penguin, and it looks very, very similar to the Tim Tam, but it's, like, longer. And I hear it's like a little bit more sugary.
But it's two biscuits with a cream filling?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got penguins, pinguinos, and Tim Tams, but what does that have to do with whatever the hell the question is?
Because this Arnott guy supposedly, like, you know, went to the UK where had a penguin, and then he was like, I can make this better or something. That's unsubstantiated. But, like, I read several stories that said, yeah, no, they kind of took the idea and then they're like, we're going to perfect it. So...
I mean, that's kind of the history of food. If someone makes something like, this is kind of cool, and someone else tries it, I can do better. Yes. And then we do. Now we move on to our final two, which I think are going to be the most interesting flavors. We have coconut cream and chewy caramel. Any thoughts?
I'm excited to try the coconut cream.
Not the chewy caramel?
Well, I just think it's a very popular flavor, I guess.
Well, it's popular because it's good.
Yeah, but you're more of a caramelly type person, and
yeah.
I don't know.
I do enjoy caramel. I mean, coconut's good. Coconut is very good.
Yeah.
So, What would you like to start with? You want to save your best for last, possibly?
Yes.
Okay. Chewy caramel it is. Same milk chocolate on the outside.
Thank you.
Biscuit still looks to be chocolate as well. With the caramel inside, this is interesting. So
it's like in the dead center. I know you cannot see it.
Which makes me wonder if we're able to slam this. So maybe we'll have to test that at the very end too to see if a caramel Tim Tam can be slammed. And we'll explain what that all is at the very end.
I think it actually could.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because you have to go back. We'll get there. But for the time being, it smells the same.
It smells very sugary.
Chewy is a good word. What that is. It's subtle though.
Mm-hmm.
It's a subtle caramel flavor. It has caramel, but interesting. Wow, these are actually way more similar than I thought they'd be.
Yeah.
Huh. I was
like I could taste the caramel like from the first bite, but the more I chewed it, the more I was like, this is just a Tim Tam.
See, this is interesting. So we do these kinds of things thinking like, like, oh, obviously there's going to be a difference between white and dark chocolate and the caramel and all these, but I mean, some of these, sometimes we even surprise ourselves with like, these are actually very similar across the, I mean, the one that stood out the most so far has actually been the white chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones are all very similar. Interesting.
But I wonder, like, if you were to either, do a Tim Tam Slam with the caramel one, or just like dunk it, if the caramel flavor would be more pronounced because it was like heated up.
I guess I know what I'm slamming. Which, again, we'll get to at the end. So, dive right into our final, sixth and final.
Oh, gosh.
Tim Tam. Okay. You already getting full?
Yeah.
There you go. We have our coconut cream. Now, this one's interesting.
This looks so nice.
Yeah, the biscuit's a little darker. The chocolate's the same. But it's got that nice white cream center.
It smells really good.
All right,
Kind of reminds me of an Almond Joy.
Yeah, it does kind of smell like an almond joy. But it's very fragrant.
Or an ounce, I guess. Because that
Mounds has... Yes, it would be Mounds, right?
Yeah, because it doesn't have any almond in it.
Ready?
Yeah.
I think that coconut really comes through. But it's still subtle.
It does.
I wonder if as Americans, if we're used to having much stronger flavors in everything we eat, so in other nations that they often use much subtler flavors. I'm reminded of a story on a show that I was working on, and I was the assistant director, and we'd had lunch ordered. An Australian friend of mine who was directing it, we'd had some chicken catered, and I thought, this is pretty decent, whatever. But he came up to me sweating, saying like, wow, this is just so spicy. It's a spicy few. And no, I didn't think there was any spice on it at all whatsoever. But there might be something to be said about like, I mean, we joke about British palates or to an extent Australian palates. But I do think they actually are more sensitive to these like more subtle, more nuanced flavors. I mean, honestly, this is still one of the best treats you can have. It beats anything you're going to get in America. But it's
But I also wonder if we have to have such strong flavors to cut through all the preservatives, like the saltiness or the...
That's true.
Whatever else is added.
All the extra junk that's put into it.
Yeah, I mean, especially for, the ingredients list, it's not anything like if you go to and get like a Keebler cookie or like whatever else, and we have like a laundry list of ingredients.
This really is just
a handful of things.
That's in French.
Yes. It's French and English.
This one has milk chocolate, 36%. I know some of those others are as high as 40% or higher. Cocoa butter, emulsifiers, sugar, vegetable oil, golden syrup, food color, caramel 3. Actually, interesting. Caramel color and the coconut cream flavor. But no red 40s, no color with a number after it. Salt, baking powder, emulsifier. Simple. I mean, the chocolate's just better. You can taste it. You don't feel as gross compared to any kind of American chocolate, even.
Yeah. So I mean, if I basically had 3 whole cookies
just now, yep.
Just now, I think I would feel like someone has to like roll me to the couch. But these, I mean, like I feel full, but I don't feel sick.
So we have 6 Tim Tams.
Yeah.
Do we have any remote ranking for these? I mean, honestly, some of them are so similar to me that as to be. I mean, and I love caramel, but it doesn't stand out to me in any way. You know, not so much that I'm like, yeah, it's far superior to any of these. Like the white stood out, the caramel, the coconut does kind of stand out.
Did stand out, and I liked it.
But the rest of them are all kind of similar. It's super subtle.
I guess if we were to rank them, would you?
Do you have a favorite and a least favorite? Is there anything you just don't like?
No.
Okay.
They're all.
Okay.
Pretty.
So what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite? Nothing? We got nothing.
No, I mean maybe the dark chocolate. Just
really?
Okay. Well, I'm more partial to it being a little bit darker.
But you were leaning towards the.
But
coconut.
I don't know, because I like the coconut cream too, because it's different.
That's true. I mean, it did have a different profile.
Maybe.
I left my phone on.
Nah.
Anyway, okay, so.
So what would be yours? Like if you're gonna do a Tim Tam Slam.
I guess I'll grab the dark because I just like dark. But we're gonna do a slam in a moment. We're gonna choose probably 2 cookies each, or not, or I'll take 2 and she'll have 1. We're gonna refresh our cups of coffee because for Tim Tam Slam, get yourselves ready. You're gonna need a hot drink, a piping hot drink, either a coffee or a hot chocolate or a. That's really it. Tea. I get you could do tea. You don't want to do tea.
I mean, you could. Though.
You could. No, you could. I mean, you could also do like a hot toddy. That'd be terrible though. Just because the drink is hot. I mean, you could do hot water. Just hot water. The point is you have to have a hot drink that complements chocolate. So coffee or a hot chocolate. See? Chocolate on chocolate.
Okay.
We're going to refresh our coffees and we'll be back to show you how to do a Tim Tam Slam. Trying not to, every time I sit because that makes me sound like an old man. Okay.
I mean, we did eat a bunch of cookies.
We did.
So
we have chosen 3 Tim Tams that we will try in pairs. I will be trying dark chocolate. Katie is trying double coat, and we're going to both try the caramel to see if that caramel actually makes a difference in the Tim Tam Slam. So, first observation we had is the double coat's actually smoother on top. Katie actually noticed this just a second ago.
Which makes sense because there's extra chocolate.
That does make sense. Do you want to?
Which is also the whole reason why I want to do a Tim Tam Slam on that one, because if it has extra chocolate to have to go through, maybe it affects the integrity of the biscuit.
So, piping hot drink, coffee or chocolate or tea. I guess if you want to be wrong, but I guess we could compare. I'm not going to compare with tea.
Okay.
Anyway, do you want to explain what a Tim Tam Slam is?
It's a method of you bite the corners, the opposite corners off, in a diagonal. And you kind of use it like a straw. Mm-hmm. So you put it in, and then you suck.
You slurp the coffee or drink through it, and then you very quickly
just enough because you don't want it to actually fall into your drink, but it makes the insides really, really just
soft and fantastic.
Delicious.
Yeah, it is the only way to consume a Tim Tam. You could just eat a Tim Tam, and that's fine. But this is infinitely better, and it is absolutely the only way to enjoy a Tim Tam. So, opposite corners, bite off one end. Give yourself a bit to work with. Bite off the opposite side.
I may have put too much.
Dunk. Slurp your drink through it just enough so you get a hit of the drink, and then shove the whole biscuit in your mouth.
Okay.
Here we go. And that is so smooth. That is so good. That is how you do a Tim Tam Slam. Oh, and that is the only way to enjoy a Tim Tam. God, that's good. How did the double coat affect it?
It felt way more chocolatey.
That makes sense.
I'm still trying to like consume all of the chocolate that's still in my mouth because it melted.
Yeah, that's good. Now this I'm actually really curious about because of the thick, chewy texture of the caramel. If it's actually possible to Tim Tam Slam a caramel Tim Tam, I'm sure it is. To be perfectly honest, it might take a little bit more effort. There's a lot of Tim Tam.
But I think that like
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
But what do you think?
Well, I think they wanted to put it in the middle for that reason because it's not.
Well, what did this? Is this a more recent flavor?
I don't.
Oh, we don't know what the flavors came out?
No, I couldn't find that.
Did you get
like that initial bite, there's no
caramel in it.
I think it's really just like at the center.
Interesting. Let's see. Probably fine. It's just another excuse to have a Tim Tam. Here we go.
I can't do it. Yeah. It's not working for me.
Well,
it didn't work for me.
No, it didn't work.
I was afraid it was gonna fall in there, and then I was just gonna be like,
I only have half a mug of coffee right now, so I had to reach in a little bit further, but yeah, I actually couldn't do it.
No.
Huh.
But weirdly enough, it still feels like it's chewy.
Yeah, it's softened.
Chewier than the.
I'm trying it with more volume.
Sure. Another one for science.
Another one for science. Oh, boy. All right, one more time. Is it possible to actually slam the caramel? Give me a second. Working on it. All right, here we go. You want to do another one? You're good? Yeah, I figured. There we go.
Way too much. Did it work?
Yes. It requires a bit more effort to get through the caramel. So if you imagine the caramel going straight through the cookie from end to end, through the center, you do have to punch the liquid through it diagonally and actually get through the caramel. It does soften the caramel. I mean, obviously, if you're going to have the caramel one, absolutely slam it. It's not the best one to slam.
I feel like that one would do better just with dunking.
You could. Still wouldn't do it that way.
So much sugar.
Not a lot of sugar. No, but it was good. The caramel flavor actually does come through more with that one. That way. That is fantastic. Oh, man.
I feel like I'm going to be in a coma.
I know.
A cookie coma.
I mean, it's still chocolate, candy, sugar. All this stuff does definitely weigh heavier, I think, on you. So that was still too many. That was like, what do you have? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Six for you. I had 5.
So that's a lot. 6 is too many in a row. But still delicious.
Still very enjoyable.
Anything else we need to know about Tim Tams? Any last minute? Did they have a cute little mascot?
Not that I saw.
Oh, that's no fun.
Yeah.
What do they say? Made with irresistible real chocolate, there is no substitute, except for penguins and pinguinos.
No, pinguinos have nothing to do with it. I'm just saying.
I thought you said they were similar, though.
No, the penguin one is. Not to be mistaken by pinguinos, which is a completely different...
Didn't I ask that earlier? When I said, like, oh, so pinguino's the same thing with, like, the biscuits and stuff?
No, that's penguin.
We're going to have to roll this back and see who was right. Okay, anyway.
No final thoughts?
I mean, it's a Tim Tam. You can't go wrong.
It's delicious.
It's fantastic. We'll try the deluxes at some point, either on camera or off, but you can't not enjoy Tim Tam. I mean, it's that simple. Go on Amazon or your online shopping of choice and get yourself a Tim Tam. They are fantastic.
Other than that, if there's any other kind of cookies or biscuits where you're from or...
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Things.
Absolutely. If you've got, like, fun...
Things that you would like
from non-American places that we can compare, or something similar to. I guess we'll have to compare Tim Tams to penguins and pinguinos.
I was trying to find, after I found that out, I was like, I wonder if I can get that. So
we can compare.
Maybe we'll do that in like a part too, like or a short or something to be
we'll
like,
short.
Which one is actually supreme?
Was Mr. Arnett correct in improving upon the Tim Tam?
We'll see.
Yeah, all right. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down there. Usually. Maybe
leave a comment if you're so inclined.
I would love to have a comment. I have a comment left for us to read. We do respond to those comments occasionally. But also, if you have another way of consuming a Tim Tam that is somehow superior.
They actually have a whole recipe page on their website, so that could be also interesting. That you can make recipes using Tim Tams as part of the ingredients.
All right, well, there's some short form videos for us to make as Tim Tam recipes. But let us know what else we need to try, what else we got wrong, and other things you want to see us compare. Right now we've been doing food, but it doesn't have to be just food. It could be anything that's worth comparing. If you're like, these products seem similar, is there actually a difference? Because who knew that all of these Tim Tams taste
fairly
almost
similar.
The same. They're all fantastic, but they're almost all identical.
Maybe they just thought, why mess with a good thing?
You know what? No argument here. So, I'm Rob.
And I'm Katie.
And this is Care Compares.
See ya.